It's about controlling the free time in your life. Your time is your life. Your life is time. That's all it is. And if you aren't in control of the time in your life, you're not in control of your life. If you're wasting time in your life, you're wasting your life. You'll never get a single one of those hours back. Hi, let's talk about finding time to write. If you have a full-time job, this is going to be a major problem. How do you find time to write, and how do you find the energy? For 15 years, I had a job that required me to spend about 10 hours a day at the office. I didn't get home until the middle of the evening, and I was always exhausted. I was also very discouraged. I knew I was never going to have an open block of time to do the writing I wanted to do. Now, how did I deal with this issue? I decided that I would try to write every night, but only for about 90 minutes. No matter how tired I was, I went down to the basement to this little table I had improvised, and I would sit there and try to write. So now I'm sitting at my desk. I'm trying to write, and I'm facing a second problem. How did I switch from the mode of my daily life, my office life, my practical life, into the zone I had to be to create? I came up with a trick that, believe it or not, always worked. I would begin the evening by recopying whatever I had written the night before, the lines of poetry, the paragraph of prose. What happened is that as I began to copy it, I began to revise it. I entered into the inspiration that had created it, and by the time I was done recopying the paragraph, I was back writing. The problem then became, how did I take these little bits of time and make them add up into something? The way I solved that was to give myself achievable goals. Now, you'll laugh when I tell you this because it is pretty pathetic. My goal, if I was writing poetry, would be to write one good line that night. If I was doing prose, I would write one good paragraph. Now, that doesn't seem like very much, but I'll tell you something. If you actually write a good paragraph every night, at the end of the month, you'll have 30 good paragraphs, which is to say you'll have a whole article, you'll have an essay, you'll have a short story. You do that 12 months of the year, you have a book. Writing for 90 minutes a day, doing it in a disciplined way, can make you as productive as many full-time writers. If you have a job, you'll probably end up writing either early in the morning or late at night. Either method works. My friend Ted Kuzer had a job at Lincoln Benefit Life Insurance, and so he would get up at 5 a.m. and he would try to write 2 hours before he went to work. Now, he did this for years with no recognition and very little encouragement. But gradually he created a body of work. He ended up becoming the Poet Laureate of the United States and winning the Pulitzer Prize. Now, I'm not a morning person. I work better at night. But I would come home from the office and I would sometimes just be so tired. I would sit at the desk and I didn't think I could get a thing done. But I used to remember running track. When I would do a 4-mile run, after about 1.5 miles, I would feel sick. My body just wanted to die. But I discovered that if I ran one more lap, I got a second wind, and I could run forever. Writing is the same way. If you can get yourself started, you can get around that first bend, you will discover you have pools of energy. When you're doing what you really want to, your body and your mind will discover the energy. Let me summarize my advice with 4 brief points. 1, find a way to write every day. It can be at morning, it can be at night, but it is the continuity of effort that matters. 2, set yourself an achievable amount of time to work every night. For me, it was an hour and a half. By working 90 minutes a night in a focused way, I was able to write books. Third, set yourself an achievable goal each session, something that you can finish and feel a sense of accomplishment. Discouragement will be your big enemy. And four, realize that if you can take these small islands of time and make them work together, you can have the life as a writer you want, and you can create good books.